which sit in fact love to job as a agent. Is it all Aston Martins, world journey and camouflage? 6 spies of the UK's 3 intellect agencies, E5, GCHQ and MI6, tell to 5 dwell on work as a spy in Britain. All 6 are with erroneous names. He's no. Not though shut. We get how many, says Kate, who's treated for MI6, or the Open Secret Intellect Facility, for 10 year. Apparently we love it a bit as so since he's rather charming. No, we don't all get an Aston Martin, or a speedboat or any some cowardly shape of transportation. Thou'll more than frequently see us on a bus or a pipe rather than whatever love how. John has consumable 15 year in E6, consisting work overseas. Such myths on transport guns, possessing yours martinis fair don't use, he says. But down there's one dimension the films do get order. We do in fact include a QQ is in fact a actual item, he says, referring the Chief of Study and Growth Department in the TIE's films. We include several shiny technologists how delivery us in all various of gadgets how we utilize. Just our material is superior rather than TIE's. Yes and no. Joe, who planned for MI5 and is implicated in recruiting, says the checking trial normally conducted at any time among 6 and 9 months. It is obsessive, she adds, yet we've got a very qualified team of checking commanders how do it facilitating for us as so. Amisha United MI5, or the safety facility as he's formally noble, 2 year back. I found it rather therapy, in fact, she explains of the 3 to 8 hour interviewing all new recruitment person in a checking official. They're not hard to capture you of, she says. He's not a certain no. All is made on a instance by instance base, says Joe. Possessing smoke drugs while you were 16 at a side doesn't definitely bar you of connecting the organization. But apparently while you use you can't get drugs. All 6 of the spies we tell to told they were narcotic proven as portion of the checking trial. And the testing frequently involves take a wool specimen. Lily, who planned for GCHQ, by the government's auditory and cybersecurity agent, says the trial created a bit of an uncomfortable time. I'd fully neglected how this testing had happened. Went to the hairdressers the next 1 week. My stylist is really talkative, and he was down there cut off. Later all of a flash he makes a sound of upheaval and terror. Or I was love about. He's okay. Did you fair discover several brief wool? And in how time he mind same d lopped the behind of my wool away. And I told he's okay. I a warehouse down there and it wasn't thou. You can. But you include to believe length and difficult on who you speak. This general consultation in MI5 how we offer, says Joe, is how you can speak shut household members or a shut boyfriend. John says he solved to speak several members of his household how he was using for a job in MI6 direct off. I said my parents cute rapidly. My dad went upper floor and got the whole gallery of John Le Carrot novels and told thou superior recite these up yours interviewing. How was, at top, semi-helpful. I chose not to speak my brother for rather a length period since I didn't wish to load them in the data. I didn't wish them to sense they had to defend me. Joe adds, I said my currently husband on 6 months in our relation, that was an exciting talk. Largest speak human beings they job in this civilian facility or just reject the issue. Joe says several candidates who wish to accede MI5 go in several really odd ideas. I've had someone tell, do I include to carry my own clothing to job? And do I carry a camouflage to job? I believe my favorite one was while someone told do I include to dumping my friend to job there? Since if I do, I will. In fact, they do. But he's not thing they get to say a many. Joe says, since we don't speak human beings which we do or who we job to, he's not thing we would always say out noisy. So he's very odd proverb it out noisy. John, of E6, says same's lucky in the speech agent, I do believe of myself as a agent how's our work, we're there to do spying, we're making it for a nice goal, we're departure it to hold the nation secure and successful, but I do really lot identification myself as a agent. I've said on 5 human beings how in my lifetime, thou re quantity 6. Kate who plant in John agrees. I believe thou ve got to own he. She adds, we transactions in secrets, how's our trading, how's which we make. So, it depends on yours determination of entertainment. John reveals how MI6 has an yearly mime, that he describes as funny. Down there are really few things we're competition on, he says. While contest does occur, he says it involves item love who had the top roast away. Dia, who has treated at GCHQ for 10 years, says, we include a roast off, he's a big item. Amisha, of E5, adds, we do too much. Not very. At low several of the 6 spies we tell to did go to Oxford or Cambridge, and since they were with erroneous names he's probable how they're named Rupert. Yet, Dia says he's not fair an old little boy's web. How is one of the big myths, she says. I refuged been to Oxbridge and we do include human beings who've lost to country schools, who've not lost to college but how doesn't indicate they don't give thing to the spreadsheet. All 3 agencies are acute to hire human beings of various ethnical and public backgrounds, particularly following they were criticized for a absence of variety in a parliament paper over the year. Joe says they're manufacturing advance, but how down there's so lot more than how we requirement to make. Down there is no kind of man how can go and job in us, she adds. So if thou meeting down there thought they wouldn't include me or I'm not how kind the just item we can say is go front and use and see how you get it. Yes and no. Time he's real how visitors to MI5 include to verify their portable phones in safety at the doorway, personnel aren't leftward completely top and dried. Particularly if they include family. We include several smart technique so how schools can pin us, says Lily, who is a parental. Joe, who is as well a mother, adds, we're never in a position wherever a high school couldn't pin you if a kid is hardly. I don't believe I'd be capable to go to job if my kid was ill and I couldn't be contacted. And as for the no portable telephone item? Joe says, he's in fact rather pleasant not possessing a portable telephone all the period. You get utilized to he. Not if our team of spies was whatever to go by. I very enjoyed he, says Kate. He's entertainment. He's amusement. How's why he's so famous? Of year it's scheming since he's relying on organizations how are not very how so named on, how's portion of the circulation, but I don't believe I can get to suspended up on the inaccuracies, of that down there are too lot to explanation there. I very enjoyed he, says Amisha. I believe the operating was unbelievable. But yes down there are moments wherever you fair wish to, love, break the TV display and thou fair love no how's not real.